Okay, Rant for Life is recording now. Let me get situated. Okay. Yeah, Rant for Life. Real anointed needed talk. We're podcasting from Louisville, Kentucky. What we're talking about, your thoughts that have been aired on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. This is an unapologetic view of talking about what we're talking about. I'm your host, Reverend Rene'e Ellis, and I have a co-host here on today, and it is Reverend Sheree Williams. Wave your hand, Sheree. You as we talk. I am a preacher, teacher, author, playwright, poet, inspirational coach. You name it. My passion is all about being or going along the path that God has for me. Whatever that is, wherever he leads and guides me, I shall follow. I'll go. So at this particular time, we're having this podcast conversation with Reverend Sheree Williams. And this episode is talking about just do something. We're talking about face masks and shields. Now, to get it started off, I'm going to show you a shield. This is shield.
Where you get that from?
Okay, there's some difference. I'll give you one, Sheree.
Okay.
I'll get you one. I already have one. They just came in. And then I have my regular face mask, which has been increasingly harder and harder for me to work in or walk around in because my allergies have been so bad this year until I'm having trouble breathing. And while I'm at work and I have to have the face mask on all the time, and I get real lightheaded because I'm not in proper breathing. And so I decided to order a shield. So I've been seeing on Facebook that there have been people using the excuse that they can't breathe, so they didn't so they don't wear face masks at all, you know. And some just use that excuse, you know, we can't judge, you know. So I decided to look some of this stuff up, because there's a lot of people who say that they do not want to either wear a mask because they are too hot, especially with summer being here. And we know the heat's going to get worse, because wasn't it about 90 or something? Was it yesterday or before? It's been raining, but, you know, it's been something like in the 90 degrees. Yeah. But, you know, there is an alternative that you can still keep yourself safe and keep other people safe. And that is the face shield. And that's what we was talking about here, this face shield. I like this one because it has the glasses part on it. I don't like the one with the band around the head. I like this one because it has glass frame on it, and I can put it over my glasses, or I can wear it without my glasses.
That's what I was going to ask you about. Do they fit when you have to have your glasses on?
Yeah, they fit. Because they have the you know, the little prongs on here. You can't be able to see it, but it'll fit over. It's wide enough to where it'll fit over your glasses. So face shields, you know, just answer those questions, can prevent droplets from getting onto your face, you know, and they keep you from touching your face, you know, because with the face mask, I tend to touch my face.
Right.
Because it feels like it's slipping sometimes. But with the shield, I've noticed since I've been practicing with it, you know, I haven't been out in it yet, but I don't touch my face. But with the face mask, I tend to touch my face more. So the shields keep you from touching your face, and they don't get hot because air is flowing.
Right.
You know, and some of us that have those summer breezes, you know, coming on, we end up sweating. So we're going to continuously touch our face mask. So the shields are good for people that wear glasses, and they have. So what do you think about it, Sheree?
but this is my opinion. I don't care what they give us people to wear. We're going to have an excuse why we ain't wearing it. So I've come to the conclusion, and this is just me.
Yeah.
People don't care about themselves, so what make you think they're going to care about you?
That is true.
They are not going to wear them. And my thought behind it, if I had a business that was had a shop, you would not. I don't care what you needed, how bad you needed it. If you did not have a mask or a shield on. But they say it's mandatory, but they allow you to go in the grocery stores with no mask on. They allow you to go in different establishments with no mask on. You know, it should be just like no shirt, no shoes, no service. No shirt, no shoes, no mask, no service.
Well, I saw this video that says they showed that this place, that this restaurant, they had it on there, must wear a mask on it. And there were some police officers that was going through the line. Some had masks on, some didn't. You know, and there were signs all over the place. So the thing is that if the authority figure are not following the recommendations, I hate to say it's mandatory because it's not mandatory.
Right, it's a
recommendations.
But it should be mandatory for the business establishment as part of their.
In other words, they should be consistent, huh?
Right, and that's the problem nowadays. Things are not consistent.
They're not consistent.
They say this is what you're supposed to do. You can't come here like the post office. I was in there today. And it clearly said, and I had to read it because I was in there once before, and I knew I saw you had to have a mask on. But this lady standing in front of me, the guy behind me, and a lady behind him didn't have a mask on.
Yeah.
But you got this sign up here that says you must wear a mask before you are able to come into the post office.
I think that they're dealing with the economy, plus people don't want to be confrontation, but the mask requires you to cover your nose and your mouth, you know, with that
I'm sorry,
cloth.
but when it comes to my health, and I'm claustrophobic, when it comes to my health, I'm going to be confrontational.
Yeah, that's the same with me. I'm a little phobic too. Let me read you what Dr. Michael Edmond, the professor of infectious disease at University of Iowa, said. He said, I think face shields are a great option. And one great advantage this time of year is that they aren't as hot as a face mask. For most people, it feels easier to breathe when you have on face shields. You don't get the fogging that you get. You know how your glasses fog up when you wear a mask. And if you're a person, he say like him who wears glasses, he say, and you know, face masks are easier to clean. But the officials at the Center for Disease Control and Prevention were asked if shields are as good as masks. And this is what they said. They said, I don't think we have data yet that a shield is better or worse. Dr. Ann Shakat with the CDC said, we are recommending for the consumer, we are saying that the cloth mask is what we are recommending. CDC says cloth masks are cheap. That's the reason they're recommending them. And you can make them yourselves, and you do not have to buy them, and they are easy to clean. So they're not saying that. That's why you hear more about masks or about shields. But doctors who treat COVID-19 patients have been wearing face shields, but they are that high risk environment, you know, and they're not the same. So they've been wearing the shields, but there hasn't been a lot of talk about the shields because they don't want people in this economy that has been, you know, with pandemic and everything, this pandemic, people aren't working and everything. So they're trying to make it as easy as possible. So you hear cloths all the time, but you don't hear about the shields. And that's the reason that I think that you're not hearing about the shields, is because they don't want people to be discouraged, because you have to buy the shields. I mean, there's no, you know, quick way of making shields, and face masks is cost effective.
Right, and that's why there's no reason nobody should not be wearing a mask. You can cut out a sock. They showed you how to cut the sock and put it on, and you got a mask.
Yeah, I did. I have so many masks in there. I have socks. I have the bottom of my t-shirts that I don't like the top of them anyway, and I'm not wearing them. I don't, you know, you have t-shirts that you can't really just give away to people because no one's
Right.
gonna wear them because they have some kind of organization on it. I was
Right.
cutting off the bottom of it and made some, so I have a lot of makeshift masks, you know. Sometimes I use handkerchiefs, you know, to go around because that's been easier than
And
the
see,
other
that's
way.
no excuse. You
Yeah,
got a
so there's
handkerchief, and I've
different
seen
ways.
some with they have the handkerchief around,
Right.
but they have a covering.
So, and I think that with face shields, like I was saying, I'm pushing face shields for people that have breathing problems, wear glasses. And also, let me tell you about this one too. It says feasibility and adaptation. Now, this is from the CDC. CDC recognized that wearing cloth face coverings may not be possible in every situation or for some people. For some situations, wearing a cloth face covering may exacerbate a physical or mental health condition, lead to a medical emergency, or introduce concerns. So it says that adaptation, let me look at this. It says adaptations and alternatives should be considered whenever possible to increase the feasibility of wearing a cloth face covering or to reduce the risk of COVID-19 spreading if it is not possible to wear one. If you can't, in other words, they're saying that even individuals that have are deaf or hard of hearing, you know, or those that need to and that's another thing, you know, I am deaf in one ear, most people that because I pay attention to people when they're talking, so they don't realize that I really can't hear out of one ear because I'm accustomed to reading lips, and I pay attention when people are talking. I give them my uttermost attention so I can hear what they're saying. So they're saying that people that read lips or are hard of hearing, sometimes having that clear face covering is better for them, you know. And it says some individuals with developmental disabilities, sensory integration concerns, or tactile sensitivities, certain mental health conditions, or limited cognitive abilities may have a negative reaction to wearing a cloth face covering. Now, these are things that you don't hear in the media.
Right.
You don't hear giving people alternatives, and I think that's what I have a problem with. That's why I brought this in. Just do something. There's no reason that you can't do something. Now, they said that children, though, should not be worn by children under 2. Anyone who has a breathing problem, we said that. Anyone who is unconscious, incapacitated, or otherwise unable to remove the cloth face covering without assistance. In other words, if you have somebody that has had a stroke, don't
Right.
put a face mask on them if they can't move the
Move it.
mask off themselves,
Right.
you know. But but they're saying that you could get you can get a shield to like, and you know something else that came on my mind, and that is in here it also said the younger children may be unable to wear a cloth face covering properly for extended time. School is coming up. That's another part of this subject. That's the B part of this podcast. Just do something.
How you expect them kids?
Yeah.
They're gonna be chewing on it.
They don't wear it if they're not accustomed to wearing it now. They're not going to be accustomed to wearing it when school.
But my 7-year-old granddaughter wears a mask whenever we go in someplace.
Mm-hmm.
And you constantly have to watch them and say, pull it up over your nose, because they'll wear it right here.
Yeah.
And you constantly have to tell them to pull it up, put it over your nose, put it over your nose. These kids are you're going to go to what you're eating.
So they're constantly touching it. Yeah.
Right. You know, so, and then the high school and middle school is something else for you to write them up about. Give them a detention because they didn't have a face mask on. Or you ask them, I can see them asking my 16-year-old, what are you eating on? And she say nothing.
Right.
But take your mask off and let me see. You told me to keep my mask on. I ain't taking it off. We got a confrontation.
Right. And guess what else I found? It said individuals should not wear cloth face coverings when engaged in activities that may cause a cloth face covering to become wet. Right. At the pool, you know, it says individuals who are engaged in high intensity activity like running may not be able to wear a face covering because it causes difficulty breathing. When you're running, you're going to need, you know, to take in more air, and that face mask is going to hinder you from taking it. But see, these are things that's not being discussed. I haven't heard this on the media at all. You know, and I understand that they don't want to, push people to the getting a shield because shields cost money. But I believe in complete information. You know, if you're going to paint a picture, give a picture for everything. Because I would not want to have anybody out there run the marathon and they got on a mask, or even just running in the neighborhood. They have a mask and they fall out.
It holds heat.
Yeah, it holds
heat. Making you more hot than what you would
normally be. Plus,
that's
they're not
area
breathing
that's
properly.
Not getting any air.
Yeah, and they're not breathing properly. So, it says in those any activity that needs greater ventilation or air exchange should not be wearing a face mask in there. So they need a shield, because you can run with the shield. It's lightweight and everything. It also says individuals who work in a setting where cloth face coverings may increase the risk of heat-related illness. And that's what we was talking about there. In these factories where it's real hot, like in steel mills, places like that where there's not good at ventilation and it gets hot, it can be a safety concern, hazard. Materials can get materials, overheated. Those places need shields also. And it says cloth face coverings are a critical preventive measure and are most essential in times when social distancing is difficult. So if all else fails, you really do need to have on what we actually are really saying here today, I believe, is that there are alternatives. There's no excuse not to protect yourself and the public.
Right.
Because you have the shields. Now,
and they probably saying, it don't go with what I got on. Well, make you want to go with every outfit you got on.
Right. Well, the plastic shields, we don't want to put them on newborns or infants. They're not recommended. But some people make sure you use the face shield and stay in close contact with other people as expected. If a face shield is used without a mask, they should wrap around the side of the wearer's face and extend to below. In other words, your shield should be from here to here, from ear to ear. Okay, it shouldn't be just a shield that's just right here, because then it can still, get up under
it on the side.
So that is what we're talking about today. So in summary, just do something. What do you think? Just do something. Don't just be out here and come up with any kind of excuse.
Make one out of anything.
Yes.
Or get you a shield.
Because I want to get through this COVID-19. The sooner we contain this, and the only way we can is for the numbers to drop as far as those that are contracting the this disease. It's what they say, a virus. But it's sooner that less people can have it. Less people have it, it'll die out itself, like most pandemics do. They just die out, know. But I don't want to see more people dying out just because we don't want to adhere to keeping ourselves safe and other people safe because of selfish. So I'm saying this. If you don't want to use a face mask, you have problems and there's different activities hinders you from having a face mask, what do you need to do? Go buy a shield. There's so many different shields out there. Some has the what's that, foam across here with the band. I've seen some that has visors that goes on. You can put them on any color hat you want because they're just a band with the shield. So you can change it depending on what kind of hat you wear. You know, so if you're a baseball hat wearer, you can change your shield to match your hat. There is no excuse. What do you think, Sheree?
None.
There's no excuse. No excuse whatsoever. So what we're saying today, say it with me, Sheree. Just do something.
Anything.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Just do something. This is Rant for Life. Yes. You got a closing word, Sheree? Or is that your closing word?
That was my closing word.
Well,
doing something is better than doing nothing.
That's it. That is it. That's our podcast for today. Rant for life. Real anointed, needed talk. Yes. If you like our show and want to know more, check us out on Facebook, Rant for Life. Also on YouTube. On YouTube, go to Rene'Ellis and all podcasts, preaching, teaching, Bible study, whatever it is that you want to engage in is there on that SoundCloud. We're coming to a podcast near you. Stay tuned for the next podcast. Just check us out on Facebook and we'll let you know when the next one is. And we're going to talk to you later. What do you think, Sheree?
And that's
Can we talk to them later?
Yep.
We can talk to them later.